Okay, this is a video on how to use the baby bottle warmer, which is what this thing is. So the first thing you want to do is twist this thing off. So I'm going to remove the top holder for the bottle, and then this you have to twist off. So you just kind of twist it. So I've twisted this off, so now it's going to come right off, as you see right there. So we'll just set this aside. And in here you'll notice there is a fill line. You want to fill up to that part. Okay, I have a bottle of water. You want to use distilled drinking water or just distilled water, no tap water. So here we go, we're filling it up with distilled water. And that's as far as you want to go, up to the top of the line there. Alright, now you got the water filled, you want to put this thing back on. So the correct way to put this on is you want to make sure it says Dr. Brown's on the front. So this goes to the front. If you notice, there's a notch here. This has to line up. So I'm just going to turn it slightly so it lines up, and then you let it go down, like down this way. And then this, now I'm just going to turn it that way. Okay, I've put the top thing on. So I just pushed it down and then turn it this way so it locks into place. Now we're ready to put this holder in, and you just rotate it till it goes down, and then you want to plug it in. Okay, so the next step is you want to, after you got it plugged in, you want to grab your baby formula from the fridge, or if it's sitting out somewhere in a box, just throw it into one of these bottles. Or I guess you could use the container it comes in. I guess you could put that in there and it would warm up. But I normally use this to warm up baby formula that's been in the fridge because it's really cold when it comes out. So here we go. Just going to put that in there. So we're going to warm it up. So the next thing is you want to turn it on. This is the power button. So press power. And like that. Now it's on. Notice here, this is the type of bottle that we're using. This is plastic. So one second here, we're going to hit this button to change the type of bottle. Right there. So this is the button to change, right here. This is the button to change the bottle. So if I hit this, this changes. This means it's like one of those bags that goes inside the bottle. Press it again. That says G for glass. If you have a glass bottle, you want it set to that. I have a plastic bottle, so now it's plastic. This here is how many ounces. I put in about 5 ounces. I'm going to change the number. To change the number, just press up or down. So I'm going to go down to 5. And the next thing is the temperature. So if you press this button, it changes the temperature. This means the formula came from the freezer. You get this, that's the snowflake, so it's a freezer. This means it's room temperature. So if your baby formula is sitting in the pantry or not in the fridge or the freezer, this is room temperature. But the one that I brought out came from the fridge. So this is for the fridge. This is telling you the time it's going to take to heat up. So it's going to be 6 minutes, 50 seconds. So when you change this, it changes the time to warm up. You don't really have to pay attention to this. That's just set by default. So I want to change it back to the fridge because I have baby formula from the fridge. It's plastic, and we have 5 ounces. So now I'm ready to go. If you're ready, you hit the, it looks like a play button. So I'm just going to hit this button right here. And as you can see, it's doing a countdown. It's counting down. And while it's counting down, it's actually heating up. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it's heating up. It's going to take about 6.5 minutes to heat up the baby formula, just sitting in here. As it heats up, the water is going to fill this area, and it's going to heat up your bottle. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back, and this is heating up nicely. You can see the water is starting to pour into this container. Now, if your bottle is too big and it doesn't fit into here, if you notice water is overflowing, you can remove this piece and then just put your bottle directly into this piece. So yeah, just if your bottle's too big, just remove this and throw your bottle into here. This is particularly used if you have the regular standard size bottle, not too big. But yeah, if your bottle's too big, just remove this piece, and then your bottle should fit just fine, and you won't have water overflowing. And looks like the water is pouring in there. It's gonna add more water as it heats up. We still have 4 minutes to go, and we'll just give it some more time. Okay, so we're down to 1 minute, and while we're waiting for it to heat up completely, I just want to say that if you do warm up your baby formula, do not reuse it. So for example, maybe the baby uses just 90% of it. Whatever's left over, do not reuse it because it's been heated. Once it's heated, it does increase the likelihood that it's not going to last as long because it is heated. So you want to make sure that you only use what's left in here, and whatever's not used, you have to throw it away. You cannot put it in the fridge and reuse it later. So that's why it's important to measure how much baby formula you're going to be using. So if you're going to be using 5 or 6 ounces, just put 5 or 6 ounces. If you put in more than that, more than likely you're going to have to throw it away, because once you put it in this warmer here, you won't be able to reuse it. Okay, so now it's done. It's shut off. Once it's done, you want to unplug it. You don't want to leave this plugged in. And then now you can remove the bottle. And the next step is to test this. Put some on your wrist and make sure it's warm enough for you, and then you're ready to serve. And that's about it.